think this conference, this particular session is a great experiment on what professors would speak about, what they would speak on, what topics are they going to address if they are given a free hand. The two speakers before me, Dr. Samir, Nalinji, we were given a free hand to speak what you want to. And the issues they touched upon, they started with culture, how both our cultures are so similar in spite of how we celebrate the uniqueness of our individual cultures, how proud we are of our own individual cultures, but there are so similarities at the same time. They spoke about issues related to young people. They spoke about issues related to youth. They spoke about unemployment. They spoke about stuff like gross enrollment ratios. Okay? They spoke about entrepreneurship, job creation. So I'm glad we all think on the same lines. Right? We all think about young people, we think about the future, we think about digitalization, we talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about acculturation and stuff like this. I think I'm the only speaker who has a PowerPoint presentation. I didn't want to miss out on anything. There was a delegation I addressed from Kenya last week, and after I reached home, I thought that I missed out on a couple of points. I wanted to be sure to stay. India and Indonesia, Nalinji, he spoke about this. We are friends and neighbors. It came as a big surprise to me that Indonesia is a neighbor of India. When you talk about India's neighbors, you talk about Pakistan, Nepal, you talk about Bhutan, right? You talk about other countries, Bangladesh, and so on and so forth. You talk about SAARC countries, but you don't talk about Indonesia. So we share a maritime border with you, so we're neighbors, right? Brothers, just separated by a sea. And India and Indonesia, we share a very strong strategic partnership. So we're not only friends on a bilateral basis or through SAARC or through ASEAN, we also have a signed document called the Indo-Indonesian Strategic Partnership, which incidentally was signed by the previous government, which means that there is a bipartisan support in India and amongst the Indian political class of having excellent and very strong relationships with Indonesia. We are members of G20, the group of 20 most industrialized countries in the world. We are members of the non-aligned movement. The non-aligned movement, a lot of people, they talk about the NAP being very irrelevant these days, but I believe NAP, in these times, with the challenges that we face with our relationship with the United States and the European Union and Brexit and stuff, I think the non-aligned movement actually has more importance now, especially with Russia and China coming up. We're members of E7. This is a Pricewaterhouse group of concept, the emerging 7. India and Indonesia are classified as E7 nations. Then the earlier speaker spoke about the influence of Indian culture, that is Sanskrit, Mahabharata, Ramayana, on Indonesian culture. But very little is also known that the Indian Mughal architecture has a lot of influence on Indonesian Islamic architecture. There's a lot of influence of the Mughal architecture from India. We are both $1 trillion plus economies. India is $2.8 trillion and Indonesia is $1 trillion, which is substantial. And you guys are better than us in terms of per capita GDP. We are at around $2,000 per person. And Indonesia is twice as rich as we are at a people-to-people level. The Human Development Index, incidentally, is medium for both of us. Imports, I mean, it's important to understand these stuff. I mean, imports are palm oil is a major import for us from Indonesia. So what? What's the big deal? The big deal is India is trying to reduce its dependence on one of your neighboring countries, and we would like to import more palm oil from Indonesia. So there's a great opportunity. However, the balance of payment is in your favor. So we import more from Indonesia and we export less. So the opportunities of increasing sugar, rice, and specifically bovine meat exports to Indonesia. And pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals is a big opportunity. Indonesia somehow is not a very big buyer of Indian pharmaceuticals.
Selfie.
Indonesia is not a major buyer of Indian pharmaceuticals. Keeping in mind that Indian drugs are FDA approved and one of the largest exporters of pharmaceuticals in the world, especially generics. Another area of concern, we are 2.85 trillion, you're 1 trillion, so that is 3.85 trillion. That is $3,840 billion economies, both of us put together. But our trade, India and Indonesia, the trade is only $21 billion. Which is sad. So there's a great opportunity for us to trade more, right? And we have a very modest target of $50 billion by 2025. Even if we achieve 2025, $50 billion, that still would be less, given our potential. And then we have a large Indian diaspora, people of Indian origin in Indonesia. We were discussing about the Sindhi community, about the Gujarati community, a lot of Tamils, a lot of Sikhs in Indonesia. And what I like about the Indian diaspora globally, whether it's Kenya or whether it's Indonesia or other parts of the world, they assimilate into the local culture very quickly. The people of Indian origin in Indonesia, for example, they identify themselves first as Indonesians, which is very good. We've had a couple of sports people, some medalists from India, and politicians. So what are the big opportunities? Medical tourism. We don't get a lot of people from Indonesia. There are two reasons. One, Indonesia has its own, the medical sector in Indonesia is pretty much developed. But still there are certain ailments where India poses a great opportunity. But a lot of patients, they prefer perhaps to go to China or other places like Hong Kong. But this is one big opportunity. IT, somehow the relationship in terms of information technology imports and exports between India and Indonesia is very small. This is one big surprise. Education. We don't get a lot of students from Indonesia. Most of the students we get are in the space of medicine and paramedical courses. But we don't get a lot of students from Indonesia for long-term courses like engineering or IT courses. I think that's something that a conference like this will separate when the academicians sit together. India and Indonesia have a huge security and military cooperation. Indonesian armed forces are trained in the National Defense Academy and the Indian Military Academy. The Indian Naval Academy hosts a large permanent delegation of the Indonesian Navy. The Indian Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, HAL, is an organization which has a long-term contract with the Indonesian Air Force to service some of your fighter jets. So that is good a military cooperation because Indonesia is a very important country between India and China. So whenever you travel from China to Europe through the seas, one country that you encounter is Indonesia. And likewise, for us to export anything to China or the Far East, Indonesia is on the way. So your location on the global map is very, very strategic. Investments in manufacturing and services, India currently has investments worth just $20 million in Indonesia, which I believe is just the tip of an iceberg. The potential of FDIs, outflow of from India to Indonesia by estimates from McKinsey, say it is at least $100 billion. So India can increase its investments 5 times. And I think for this to happen, it's important to have more conferences like this where you have people meeting, and it's about businesses having the faith in their money being safe. Indonesia being the largest country in ASEAN again is a very important for India, and it's strategically important again, as I mentioned earlier, from the standpoint of India's Act East policy. So India for the past couple of decades has an increasing focus on the eastern part of the globe, and Indonesia has a great role to play. One area where India and Indonesia are developing at a very fast pace. There's a lot of talk going on between G2G, government to government, is space exploration and specifically satellite launches. India has one of the world's most efficient space research organization, called ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization. And to our credit, we have a lot of satellite launches. We have a world record where we launched, I think, more than 100 satellites in one go. So this is one great area of opportunity. Indonesia has, right now, Indonesia prefers to send its rockets and its satellites through the European Union, which is at least 10 times more expensive. So you do it through India, you save on millions and billions of dollars. Money which would otherwise be channelized into education. And how about an IIM in Chitkara? I think it's a long time coming. The Indian Institute of Management, our first campus would be in Dubai. We have the Indian Institute of Foreign Trade with its first campus coming up in Tanzania. But I think it's high time that we have one IIM campus in Jakarta. And the gentleman sitting over here would make sure that this message goes to the policymakers. I think Dr. Sandeep spoke about business schools, so I think this is one area, a great opportunity. It also sounds good. I am Chitkara. It sounds very good. Some common areas of concern: youth employment. Right? This is a major area of concern. In the past couple of months, if you look at the news coming out of various media like Al Jazeera or BBC, CNN, you'll hear of riots taking place in Iraq. Everybody thought that Iraq is now sorted. ISIS is gone. Baghdadi is somewhere in the dumps. Al-Qaeda is gone. So Iraq should be happy and stable. But people want more. There are riots going on in Iraq. In Baghdad alone, 250 plus people have been killed. And who are these 250 plus people? Are they old men? Who are these people? These are young people. These are boys, young boys and girls, who are protesting on the streets. They want jobs. They want employment. They want better governance. And that is not only Iraq. The same protests are being replicated in Lebanon. Incidentally, Lebanon is considered to be the most peaceful country in the Middle East or West Asia. The same issue, the same protests again are taking place far away, 2,500 miles away in Chile. Chile is perhaps the most developed country in South America, Latin America. The same protests and the same issues, employment. So, the generation before me in India, a majority of them had government jobs, and when they retire, they have a pension. And the pension they get now is more than the salary a majority of young people get. So these are serious issues. Somebody spoke about a demographic dividend, but your demography will only be a dividend if young people are educated, they are healthy, and they have good, sustainable jobs. And it is our job to make sure the policymakers listen to us. It's our job to make sure that we create employable young people. Income inequality is rising across the world. The GDP, we keep talking about GDP growth. India, we're very proud, we say 7.3% GDP growth. Indonesia, 5.1% GDP growth. But we don't talk about and we do not address which segments of the society are actually benefiting from this GDP growth. We have some of the world's richest people in India. We have a large percentage of billionaires in India, but then we also got some very poor people. Right? And this is the reality. I mean, it's not that, I mean, you could Google it and find all the figures. So these are issues of concern. And it's not India, it's about every country. Income inequality has risen in Europe. Income inequality has risen twice. The Gini index, that's the measure, has risen twice in the United States of America. And that is why Donald Trump is there. He was elected on the basis of jobs for Americans. Then we have issues of climate change and deforestation. These are serious issues. You got the orangutan? It's an endangered species. In many islands in Indonesia, tigers are gone. India has the largest population of tigers in the world, and they are endangered. And when you say tiger, what does it mean? I'm just giving an example. It means that if there's a tiger surviving in the wild, the entire food chain is in place, it is intact. But if you have unhealthy tigers or lions or top carnivores, it means the entire food chain is polluted. So that's why it is important to understand about wildlife deforestation, right? And all of these are directly linked to climate change. India is getting warmer. The Himalayas have lesser snow. One large iceberg in Greenland recently melted, broke away. In the next 20 years, Maldives as a country will just disappear. And coastal countries like Indonesia, for instance, coastal cities in India will be the worst affected. And climate change is already taking place. It's not going to happen in the future. We are already experiencing climate change. Food security, a major issue. Clean drinking water is a problem. Food is a problem globally. Governance, again, governance is an issue of the protests we are experiencing in Iraq, Lebanon, and Chile. Terrorism and security. The changing world order, Indo-Pacific. You do not know which direction America is going. We have no clue where Russia is right now. Syria is in a mess. I mean, as an academician, I think in the last 5 years, the world has become a messier place. It's very difficult to understand who's with whom. Who's alive? You just cannot figure out who's your friend and who's your enemy. So in spite of everything, I think we as academicians have a great responsibility, and we are the people who can take the agenda of development. We can take the agenda of youth employment forward. We can take the agenda of climate control forward. I think we have a great responsibility. And with these lines, I'm sorry I took it in this direction. But as an academician, these are the things that are very personal to me. And though my area of teaching is marketing management, and I would rather teach product and brand management or international marketing in a classroom. But in a forum like this, I think these are the issues that I have to address. I again extend a very warm welcome to all of you, and I'm proud of the Indo-Indonesian friendship. I'm proud of all of you that you've come to India all the way, and I hope you take back some very heavy memories from India, very, very warm people, and I hope you love the weather in India right now. Thank you so much.